Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of
All Things Bloom.
I am your host, Sheniqua Mitchell, and All Things Bloom is brought to you by Bloom Beyond the Walls, our outreach program here at Bloom for Women. And our mission is improving safety and wellness in Lehigh Valley through community education and prevention, services, outreach, and advocacy that leads to restoration. I do want to warn you that some of the content that is discussed on this podcast may be sensitive and graphic. If you or someone you know is experiencing human trafficking, please call the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-888-373-7888 or call our outreach resource line at 484-268-8581. I am super excited today because I have two lovely ladies sitting here who I get the pleasure of working with here at Bloom. But today we want to come and talk about the LVAT Collaborative. And so right here, this little lady, I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Alyssa Almonti. I am the residence manager for Bloom for Women, but I am also the board chair of Lehigh Valley Anti-Trafficking Collaborative, or LVAT.
This beautiful lady on the end, I'll let her introduce herself.
Hi there, my name is Lauren. I am the Workforce Development Coordinator here at Bloom, and my role in LVAT is the co-chair for the Events Committee, and I'm also a board member.
Thank you so much, ladies. We know that statistics show that there are an estimated 27.6 million victims of human trafficking globally. Pennsylvania is now 11th in the United States for reported trafficking cases. Lehigh Valley is a hotspot for human trafficking. And we know that human trafficking is the recruitment, transportation, transfer, harboring, or receipt of a person by means of the threat or use of fraud, force, coercion, or deception for the purpose of exploitation. And so as we have introduced ourselves, if you don't know, I am your host, the outreach manager here. We at Bloom, we're an organization in Lehigh Valley that serves those that have survived human trafficking and sexual exploitation. But beyond that, we have the pleasure of being with a collaborative called LVAT. And so LVAT stands for Lehigh Valley Against Trafficking. And so I want to ask Alyssa really quickly, how did LVAT come into being? What is LVAT and how did LVAT come into being?
So LVAT in 2019 was established as a week of events by Lehigh County and Northampton County. We really, when we started this event, it was to spread awareness and to spread education and to show, they had the awards breakfast ceremony where we highlighted community partners that were in the anti-trafficking movement, and then it has grown to where now we have, it was awareness, was education, but then we invited survivors. In 2019, I was invited as a survivor to sit in the table and I didn't know much about what a collaborative. I knew about community. I knew that community was something that saved my life. And when I sat at this table and we made this event, and it's been 5 years now, right? Wow. Almost 6 years. Wow. So it's we survivors have voices, and we pair the panelists up in our conference now with survivors, and it's something that we're very excited about every year.
What an amazing concept, and to see that it was created just by having an event, but now has grown into an amazing collaborative. So what type of organizations do we have that are a part of LVAT? Would you say, well, maybe how many, or maybe what types of collaborative partners do we have?
So we have a few collaborative members that are in Lehigh Valley. We have some that are in, we have Bloom for Women, of course, that is the collaborative partner, Valley Youth House, Crime Victims Council, Safe Exit Initiative. We have so many, not just local and in this region, of those that are collaborative agencies that work in the human trafficking movement, that work with survivors. Mm-hmm. We have those that are also independent, that may not be part of a collaborative, but strongly support and help us do this event, this week of events. So it's made of those who believe in this. And Yeah.
That is so awesome. No man is an island of their own, and teamwork makes the dream work. I'm also a part of the collaborative as well, and it is amazing to be a part of a bunch of different organizations and voices working towards one goal. So, Lauren, this year you became a board member, which is amazing, and also you're the committee co-chair. So, what has that been like for you? What excites you about being a part of LVAT, and kind of what are your hopes for what the week looks like before we get into promoting the events of the week?
Great. So when I came to Bloom as an employee, I was introduced to LVAT and went my first year, and I was just completely blown away by just the strength in all of the individuals that were part of the collaborative then, and now just to see how much it has grown in 3 short years.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm like so impressed, and I'm really excited to be a part of it. I think that like the thing that I really, really appreciate about LVAT is that they are really striving to put survivor voices 1st. And having that awareness, especially in the Lehigh Valley, this is a hot spot, and this is not something that a lot of people are familiar with,
Yeah.
or not necessarily know exactly what goes into human trafficking and exploitation. So educating, any sort of education, I think, is the best way to get involved in the community and to get our faces out there and to really, really promote awareness. So I am really excited to like be a part of it now, and it's been really fun. I've learned a lot, and it's been really cool to like see the back end of things, and working very closely with all of the members of our board, because we are all doing so much to bring this event together. And I think the most exciting thing is probably outside of this symposium, like really bringing more educational awareness to the Lehigh Valley, to other areas around here. I think like there's nothing better than that, truly. So I've learned a lot. I'm really excited, and we're growing, and nothing will beat that.
I love that. I love that. So I have in front of us our event of the week. We have a power packed week. I think our model this year is something different. So it's actually a just a whole conference. I love that we're going to kind of be together in one place. I know typically before we were kind of around the city, but this year most of our events are going to be centralized at 3900 Sierra Circle and in Center Valley. So let's just kind of talk about what our week is looking like. So we our week starts on November the 4th, 4:30 to 8:30 p.m. And so that first event is the Voices of Survivor Project. I myself, as a survivor, have participated in that. I know, Lauren, you have helped with the photography, and it is amazing way of self-expression for each survivor to tell their story. So we're super excited about what that's going to look like. It's an actual exhibit where the survivors get to come and see their work, and they get to even share. So it's intimate. I love that. And I love that we're starting out with amplifying the voices of survivors through the project. And then we have can we talk about day 1 of the conference, November 5th? What are we expecting on November the 5th?
So we're going to have an incredible opening keynote speaker, Tanya Gold. She's going to be sharing a little bit about her experience, and, you know, going to really dive into some important things. So really excited for that. Rights for Girls will be coming to do another kind of general session. We're going to have a survivor panel. We're going to have the breakout sessions. So that will be the beginning of the first day.
Awesome.
And then for the night of that day will be the survivor candlelight vigil.
Yeah.
Which, yes, I'll let you talk more on. Yeah.
The Survivor Candlelight Vigil is another intimate moment for us to come and to share space. I don't think it's so much even about what we say, but we get to come and acknowledge what is living, but also what has been lost in trafficking, and what is hoped for. And so I hope that many come out, and even if you don't understand like what's happened or you don't have any experience, it's a good space to be in, to see, to hear the hearts of survivors, and to also share in our grief, right? And our hope, for those that have been lost, and for what we're looking ahead for. So that is another intimate time that we get to share together. And then day two is my favorite. It is the awards ceremony. And so it's a really, it's an amazing opportunity to award survivors, community partners, and people who have been a part of this work. So I'm super excited because it's a breakfast, but it's probably going to be more like a dinner. Um, so I'm super excited about that intimate time that we get to come together again. And then what can we expect for day two, November 6th, kind of day two of the conference?
So we start off at the award ceremony, and then we kind of go back to the LVAT Education Center for more breakout sessions. We have labor trafficking, we have international experiences with child exploitation, survivor-centered support for refugee survivors, and then we have intersection of menstrual poverty and trafficking. So those will be kind of where we end at the day for that day.
For day. And then our final day will be November 7th. And what is that day kind of looking like on November the 7th?
We have another keynote speaker. We have our closing keynote speaker. We're going to have closing remarks. And also for this conference, we're doing an interactive kind of poster installment where we're showing what we've learned in our competency and what we're taking away. This year, the theme is empowering cultures, respecting community, and empowering voices, respecting cultures, building community.
Yeah,
so
I love that.
It's all in within these breakout sessions and this whole conference. A lot of that will be kind of mimicked throughout.
Yeah, I love that. And also, what we're going to see, we're going to have some tables for different organizations that are out there, and the barrier wall will be in the building, which is an amazing part of what we do. The barrier wall was done by Bloom, but it is something that the collaborative as a whole in this work, when we're working with survivors, we see survivors that are facing different barriers, and then we have the hopes and dreams. So we are super excited about it. We're hoping that you come out. I believe under this video we are going to link a registration link. Listen, if you cannot come, sponsor somebody, sponsor a professional, sponsor a survivor, sponsor a healthcare worker, sponsor an outreach worker. It is an amazing time of networking. It is an amazing time to support survivors, and it's an amazing time to sit for yourself as a learner. So I'm not sure if you guys have anything else that you want to share, but we hope to see you there. We hope to see the collaborative continue to grow. Also, if you want to be a part of the collaborative and you think you can add to this work, listen, if you want to come and be a learner, we welcome you. This collaborative started in Lehigh Valley, but we have people as far as Philly and other places that have come. We're also going to be rolling out the Survivor Council. So there's so much that is going to be happening as we continue this work. But before we close, I'd like to give you two an opportunity if there's anything else you want to add or share.
Talk about the Survivor Fund?
Sure. Yeah.
So we also, as the collaborative, do fund survivors that are in need throughout our community. There's an application process, and I have seen it in action. I have seen how helpful it can be. Sometimes things happen, and it's just so amazing that we even have that that we can offer. So if you are interested in donating to the Survivor Fund or to the collaborative itself, please follow us on social media. Please check out we have Instagram, we have Facebook, and we do post regularly all of our events. If you're interested in any of this, about our Survivor Fund and any upcoming events that we might be having throughout the year. So please do follow us on social media. Please check out our website. We have a website as well, which is
www.lvatweek.com, and all proceeds from the conference and anything we do go into this Survivor Fund.
Absolutely, and might I add, we, as of last year or earlier this year, we are a 501c3 organization.
That's right.
So we do that speaks in itself for where we are, what we endeavor to do. We are here to stay. We hope to see you for LVAT Week. It is November 4th through the 7th. We hope that you would come and that you would join us. Just your presence alone says where you stand against human trafficking. And as we prepare to close, we want to remind you that if you or someone you know is experiencing human trafficking, please call the National Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-888-373-7888 or our Bloom Outreach Resource Line at 484-268-8581. And also with our social media page for LVAT, if you or someone you know is experiencing trafficking, if you want to know how to help a survivor, if you want to know how to get involved, please hit us up. LVAT at Facebook.com, LVAT and Instagram, and also our the website www.lvat.com. Thank you for joining us for this episode of
All Things Bloom.
Bye. Once again, friends, we just want to remind you to join us for LVAT Week, November 4th through the 7th. Below this video, you will find a link. Please come out and join us. We hope to see you there. Thank you.